All right, we are going live. We are going live. Oh boy. Uh, say nothing quite. I love it when a plan begins to fall apart. Everything was set perfectly to go, and then things just started crashing out for me. So let's just get going here. All right, here we come to the woohoo. So here we are at the round table hold. Everything is looking nice and good. Oh, my internet. How I've had so many problems with it in the past week, but we're finally going. We're finally going live. Welcome to everyone who shows up. Good day, good morning, good evening, good night, wherever you are at when you are watching this. So I am Ken. This is Lars here from Camille's Harem, not just a podcast for novice writers by novice writers, but also a YouTube channel by novice writers for novice writers. Because writing is an adventure, it's more fun with friends, and I'm running on the round table. So I'm continuing my quest for revenge on Elden Ring. Now that I've beaten the game and I've got god tier stats, I can go on back and get revenge for all of the pain and suffering that the game puts me through. We'll just see if my internet puts me through more pain and suffering during this. So, today what I want to do is I want to take on Rhea Lucaria and overthrow it. We'll see how quickly I can do that. That'll be my sole focus. But also while I do that, I wish to rant a little bit about Amazon self-publishing, because not only is that kind of a little bit of the scuttlebutt in the world of self-publishing right now and Amazon's predatory ways, but I also ran recently into an author who had his own problems, and then I discovered that there were problems of my own with Amazon self-publishing, in that for some strange reason, all of my earnings were being sent to a completely different account, one that might not even be one that anyone in my immediate circle owns, which is kind of weird. So we're going to try to get to all of that, but I also want to uh, embrace the adventure a little bit with this particular video. So since we are about to hit up Rhea Lucaria, I am going to talk to Gideon the All-Knowing, and we're going to get a little bit right here about Renala. Queen Marika with her own little harem going on. Oh boy. Poor Queenie. So yeah, that is where I will be headed off to next, and we're going to get started on over at the throne of Godric the Grafted. And since the first installment of my revenge tour, you'll see that I have covered quite a bit. So for the revenge tour, I'm just specifically going after various bosses that gave me so much grief, and then kind of my free time, just burn my way on through. I have died, even though I've got my god tier stats and everything, I've died a little over 20 times in clearing all of the area and some of the underground. So okay, but I'll tell you this: that is easily a 90% reduction of all the pain and suffering that I went through in my first run. Easily over 200 deaths to get to Godric the Grafted and finally defeat him. So let's see how things go as I now begin to purge my way through Rhea Lucaria. First, let's just gut this place, if there's anything to gut. So I actually haven't done that yet. I have done my absolute best to avoid playing any further into Liurnia, because I wanted that to be completely untouched, unblemished, as I would begin my revenge tour. But yeah, so let's start talking about Amazon. And I think actually a good place for me to start talking about Amazon actually comes from comes from a growing debate about whether or not whether or not publishing in general is in trouble, because thanks to so many self-publishing agencies that are now out and about, the opportunities for authors to get their stories published has just absolutely increased, which I personally think is a really good thing. But it does help to saturate the market in an already overly saturated market. And if you don't believe me in that regards, like, you can go on over to a bookstore like Barnes and Noble, and you will see just how many books are crammed on into there. But if you really want to see the extent to which the book market is saturated with just a glut of stuff, then what you want to do is you want to go on over to a used bookstore, something like my area of Bookman's. So if you go on over to Bookman's, oh boy, you can just see all these amazing books everywhere, which is really cool. But it's an interesting experience, because you see all of these, you get to see all of these dreams that people had, all these amazing stories that they wish to tell, are all there in this used bookstore. Tens of thousands of them. And there's a lot of stinkers in there, also a lot of great hidden gems. And as an author who wishes to make a living out of telling your own stories, it can be incredibly disheartening to just see how many other people are in that trade as well. And that's your competition. There's so much saturation in the storytelling and entertainment industry. Hayeda. Yes, I will start progressing her little storyline here. Feel sad feeding this girl eyeballs. Yes. So nasty. Anything else to see? I really like Hayeda as a character. It's just so sad where she ends up. Say the frenzied flame is just bleh. And let's also then pop on into here real quick. Now I'll continue my tirade and diatribe. The sacred tear. Oh, Throp! That is a man who balded well. Bald is beautiful. Throp, I would absolutely just love to be friends with you, but I'll give you 10 runes, gladly. Thops, not Throps. Thops. Oh, I'll definitely study sorceries from you. I'll take it all. There you go. I'll feed you a little bit. That's how I felt when I was a teacher. Yes, please. Because I'm about to go burn it down. Yes, that's exactly where I intend to go. Yeah, I actually completely missed a lot of this detail and storyline when I did my first playthrough. So it's nice reading this now. Well, let's hear about this Glintstone key. So, patience is indeed a virtue. Say, don't you worry, my good fellow. I will get you. I will get you that key, even if it kills me or you. All right. So, continuing on then with my diatribe. Um, so the publishing industry is just absolutely saturated with tons and tons of books. And it used to be really, really difficult to get your books published. I mean, it still is, but thanks now to self-publishing being so widespread, anyone can have the chance. Like it used to be a really big thing back when I was a kid, that some friends of the family had their very own book that they had gotten published. It was amazing. Everyone was like, "That's so cool." But they had gotten it self-published. It was not traditionally published, and and it was what it was. The cover art was kind of cheap and silly, but uh, it was still remarkable that they had managed to get a book published. So I'll rate your body right there. And there was another family as well who had helped my grandparents self-publish a little kids book dedicated to me, which was really really cool. And I especially loved it as a kid because it was a book about dinosaurs. Woo! Uh, but those were big deals, and that was something that would be talked about amongst adults about the effort and the investment that went into just getting a little simple book published. And now you don't even have to worry about that. You can without having to invest any more money on your own than what you put into making a book yourself. You can go onto Amazon and you can just pop out book after book after book. They make it super easy. Other establishments would ask you to pay some money for their services, or others will say, "Oh yeah, we'll post it for you, but then we're going to take the lion's share," um, kind of like what Amazon does. We'll take the lion's share of your sales if you're good with that. If you really want to publish with us, that's the deal. And so you that's the so yeah, self-publishing is either completely inexpensive or free, except for aside from the effort that you yourself put into getting your book published, which now means anyone and everyone can publish their books, and that puts year after year after year tens of thousands of books at least new and fresh into the system onto bookshelves, which is awesome. More and more books for readers to enjoy, but it also makes it even harder now for authors to be discovered. Hey, Totally Tommy is here. Is this really a stream? You never streamed this time. Yeah, I know this isn't my usual time, Totally Tommy. However, I wanted to get this revenge tour out of the way because it'll otherwise be a pretty busy week for me. And the live stream that we're going to be doing this Thursday is already going to be chock full of other stuff. So I decided, you know what? I'm going to take the time during the day to get this on out here. If anyone wants to view it and get my thoughts and my rant on out, let's get rid of you guys. Oh, man. You have no idea how many times I've perished at these foul beasts' hands back my first time going through this game. So I just... Yeah, none of that. None of that. Oh. Come on. There you go. Yep, be a good little weird thing and die. Which, when you say that out of context, or even within context, is really weird to say. And then there'll be a horse rider here just ahead, which is going to be an absolute pain. There he is. There's the Ghost Rider. Oh, this will be... There we go. Yeah. Yeah, none of that. You and your annoying horse, which gave me so much grief the first time I played through this game. Done and gone. So, coming back to it. Saturation in the market, really, really difficult for authors to truly be discovered and make a living doing something that they wish to do. It makes it even more so that if you wish to be an author, then you want to make sure that you've completely upped your game, that you're doing your absolute best to be the best author and creator that you can be. And I'll be honest, when I talk about writing and I give my writing advice in my videos and on live streams and in rants, it comes from the place of thinking on my part that anyone who watches me, even if they just want to write for fun, that they want to write to become a professional author. That might not actually be the case for each person, but I come from the place personally that, hey, if you're here and you want to be an author, I'm going to assume that you want to be a professional, and if so, I'm going to do my absolute best to help you be the best professional you can be, so that way you can stick out again in this industry that is highly saturated. And Amazon Publishing makes it cheap and easy for any author to get their work done, which I believe is a very good thing. The problem is that Amazon is also very predatory. They take advantage of the people who utilize their resources. And sure, they need to receive their dues for the work that they for their part, for facilitating all of these amazing resources that make it so easy for us. But again, they absolutely do take advantage of other people, and that's something that we need to call out and address. Tully Time says, my friend is making a little story I don't really know much about it, no matter how much he explains, so I may invite him here. It's animated, by the way. Oh, that's cool. I definitely want to talk more with people who are getting into animation and the likes to help tell their stories, because animated storytelling in many ways is going to be pretty much a future for a lot of people. Oh. All right. And let's give you another taste. Haha! Of the holy golden aura. I love this weapon too much. In fact, actually, on that same note, I'm going to be hopefully later on. Oh, look! Hey, there you are, Patches. I'm going to be talking with the YouTuber behind the Obsidian Archives, which, if you wish to check it out, is a pretty interesting series of animated shorts and longer animated videos telling a story about an imp and a prince who fall in love, maybe. And I've also had the chance to read his manuscript for the larger overall story, and it's pretty fascinating. And I'll be doing a review of that actually here real soon, and then I hope to conduct an interview with him. And I especially want to get his insights into animation and animation as a way of helping to tell our stories or to get people interested in our stories, and see if that's a viable strategy that some people might wish to go down or you wish to utilize. Oh, patches. I killed this guy in my first run through, so I now get to enjoy him. Oh, really? Is it patches? Let's see here. Purchase. What do we have here we can purchase from this guy? You know what? We'll take some daggers. And I'll actually take that because that's not bad. And I'll take all of that. Cheers for that. Let's see here. Let's get a wee bit more information out of you. Speaking of, oh yeah, gotta go help Raya because she's awesome. Oh, please do tell, Patches. So this is where you can learn about the Iron Maiden in Cypher Lucaria that will teleport you all the way on over to the Volcano Manor. This is how he tricks you. Oh, Patches. What you spoke of before. Yeah. Okay. Well, let's see here. Let me get on the horse. And I believe Raya is over this way. But yeah, so again, to come back to it. Oh, hello. Raya, will you help me publish my books? Of course. Oh, you're so kind. But I will hear your request. Yes, the guy who sells out the crabs and prawns. All right. So let's see here. Let's quickly consult the map. So I just have to go on over here to the Boiled Prawn Shack and survive some evil crabs and the likes, and lobsters. I hate the lobsters in this area. Ooh, let me make sure. They scout. Okay. Yep, get back on the road. and put up with whatever beasties come my way. I don't know if any of you have ever gone through a swamp before. But yeah. This is kind of what it's like to go through a swamp. Oh, overshot it. Just a bit. There we are. Come on over here to this guy. And let's get... No, man, I really want some of that food. But I also want the necklace. Deal. And we'll purchase this right off of you. Yeah, but there's a girl who wants it. The way he says that. Yeah. We get ourselves some prawn. And then I want you to tell me about the girl. Now, if someone's stupid enough to get duped, yeah, that kind of sucks, but it's bad of you to do the duping. Oh, yeah, it's been rough. Look at all these people who've come here to murder this guy. That's sad. Yeah, I'll be seeing you around, buddy. Alrighty. So, coming back to it, finally. Oh. Ooh. Let's kill this thing. Let's kill this thing. Okay. Whoopala. Dang it. Ah. Dang it. Ah. Oh, I didn't get a chance to drink. Gah. Once your stance is broken, you just get pummeled. Well, that's a new death. All right. Well, that one's not going to show up again. At least during the day. All right. Rise out over that way. Okay. So, finally getting back on a topic after getting killed by the freaking death bird. Oy. Oh, look at you. Didn't I say I hated these guys? I believe I did. Because they jump and they shoot. Yeah. There we go. Ugh, don't need you around causing little problems. Okay. Oop, I am a little too... I gotta go back this way. Way further off than I expected. Get turned around in these here parts. And there's that freaking other horseman. There we are. Deal with it. Now we get away from all of these spells trying to hit me. Yeah. And they give next to nothing either. Okay. So Ray the Scout is, yep, closer around to there. Let's see here. I'm heading more towards Patches than I am to Raya. Raya's on over there. There we go. Woohoo! Navigation. I was a Boy Scout. And we shall return. Well, no worries. Here's the necklace for you. I'll be going there later. Oh, I just bought it off the guy. Yay. I have an invitation. It's actually kind of cool to join the volcano manor. Not yet. Which is no easy feat, I can tell you that. Say engineering. Subterranean engineering is something else. Like you have to know the outer land. You have to be able to understand all of the different properties of the stone that you're working with, and if you run into any problems underground, which happens frequently, like pockets of dangerous fumes, spontaneous combustions, and explosions, and all that good stuff. You'll have if the stone work is or say if the earth is unstable, it can all just fall on apart. Yeah, I took a class about the history of mining way back in the day. Some things just stick with you. Okay, there's the other bugger. Ugh. Dang it, I did not wish to do that. Okay, let's give ourselves a wee bit of healing and get in close before this guy starts shooting at us. This nasty... There we go. And I get back some health. Woohoo! Okay, so I wish to go and slay a dragon who is hanging out somewhere around here, I believe. So I still have a little ways to go. Oh boy, so much to do in order to get into the castle and defeat the queen. Lots of work. So it gives me plenty of time to yet again return to what I was saying about Amazon with their predatory practices. So first of all, Amazon will take their lion's share of everything that you publish. Should you self-publish with them? And in a way, like, I actually don't begrudge them too much that, because again, they are facilitating their services to you for free to publish your books, which is pretty generous. The problem really starts to arise, though, when you want to set your your prices. That you end up, if you wish to make any money at all, you have to set your prices high, which really, really sucks. Because you can easily price people out of your story. Which just isn't any good, because there's people who do wish to read your story, and woohoo! Ah, man, guy still kind of got me there. People do wish to read your story, but if your book just costs too much, then they won't do it. And then furthermore, again, Camille's Harem is not a channel for actual politicking, but it needs to be stated and understood that the economy is not doing too hot. And it doesn't just simply go for the United States. That goes all over the world. I've been keeping my ear to the floor about all different kinds of hubbub in regards to publishing, business, what's been going on, and what I've been seeing is that prices are just going up everywhere. And when I ordered books for the Renaissance Festival, they came late, even though I'd ordered weeks in advance. And part of the reason for that, I believe, comes down to, well, what's been happening, not just simply in my own nation's economy, but in the economies around the world, that things are slowing up, things are becoming more expensive, things are becoming riskier. As a result, well, prices are going up. And so not only did Amazon already ask you to set your prices high if you even wanted to make a profit off of anything that you publish with them, but now it's becoming even more expensive, and they just keep on pocketing the difference again and again and again, because you are basically giving up some of your profit for the publishing, for the shipping, the acquiring of the materials. And if you wish to then make anything, again, you have to set your prices really, really high, which actually then puts you at a disadvantage against traditional publishers and traditionally published authors who can afford to set their prices lower because they are publishing in bulk rather than on demand, and they have immediate access to all of these other different venues who are selling more stuff than you as a self-published author are. So it's basically like if you're someone who is just trying to sell a little bit of your own stuff, suddenly going against like Costco. Costco will always beat you because Costco can sell at better prices and can sell in bulk. There we go. Let's take you out. And fuel up right there. So being a self-published author through Amazon is rough simply because of markets. The realities of the economy already put you at a disadvantage. Combine that then with the oversaturation of the market, with just tens of thousands of new books being published every year traditionally, then adding in the extra tens of thousands being published independently. Whoo boy, just you find yourself in a very difficult situation. Amazon has rigged their game where they will make money no matter what once you have self-published with them, and you might not make anything. Totally Tommy says, I'm back when I missed. Not much. I just died to a death bird. You might have missed that. So that's just that's a sucky reality that Amazon can exploit. And there really is no good way around that because, well, business needs to be business. They need to be able to make money, otherwise they won't function. And sure, you could say Amazon could be altruistic and just publish everyone's work without taking a huge chunk out of their profits because, well, they're Amazon. They already make so much money, but that's just not the way that business works. And it's a system that if people found out that they could utilize not only those systems for free, but then take in the bulk of all available profits, that would actually start eating up Amazon's resources and profits pretty quickly. Sure, they are a multi-billion-dollar conglomeration that is able to do so much, and that's all very true. But Amazon's also then gotten involved in the space race. Amazon is getting involved in television and in Amazon, as well as a whole bunch of other businesses, which, despite what Amazon would want you to believe, don't actually make them that much money. For instance, Amazon Prime absolutely is a loss, is a business loss for Amazon. Jeff Bezos only does it because he wants that prestige. He wants to be beloved by the Hollywood crowd and be a part of everything that's happening there. It's popularity. He wants to hang out with the cool kids because he doesn't think he's cool enough himself. And he wants to have his own space program to rival SpaceX because he wants to out-nerd Elon Musk, which, as we've been finding out recently, isn't all that difficult of a thing to do. Come on, Elon, I'm here sweating and suffering through Elden Ring. You can do the same as well if you're willing. Oh, yeah, there's that creepy singing person right around here. I will come back and deal with you later. Creepy singing person. But yeah, so Amazon has been pouring a lot of their profits into other business ventures that just consume all those extra billions of dollars that they make. Then whatever isn't consumed by those businesses, then it goes to pad Jeff Bezos's already overstuffed pockets, as well as actually, let's see here, as well as building more and more what's the word? Not factories, distribution centers all over the place. Like there's a new one that's going in Tucson, or actually more technically Marana, that I'm just like, why is this even going here? We already have one distribution center. Why do you need another one? But it's all about having. I gotta get this big sword for dealing with the dragon, because it's time to start time to go slay a dragon. Come on. But yeah, so coming back to it, but why did I even bring all that up? Because Amazon would actually begin to see a significant dip in their profits if they were to just be altruistically like, oh yeah, sure, anyone can publish and we'll give up our lion's share of the profits. Again, I don't actually begrudge them making a profit. It's just that their practices are predatory in that they're able to use certain justifications to absolutely just crank up the price. And I'm personally not a fan of that. Okay, let's see here. We are going to use Mimic Tier. So that's something that everyone should bear in consideration, is that Amazon will basically force you to up your prices if you self-publish through them, if you want to make a living at all. I do my absolute best to try to keep my prices within a reasonable range. And I've had other people say, like, you're nuts. You're only making like $1.50, $2 profit for each book. That's unsustainable. I'm like, yeah, it kind of is, but I want people to be able to afford my books. And things are just getting more and more expensive, and I don't like that. So that's something to bear in mind if you decide to self-publish. Zoe Time says, my friend probably needs some tips on his whip show. I can probably invite him here since I don't know much about it and its problems. Well, yeah, sure, Totally Tommy. Feel free to invite him on over. Love to chat. Okay. So time to go slay a dragon. And then I've already said my thing about the predatory pricing. Then we're going to start talking about what Amazon does once they actually get a hold of your book. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that dragon killed me like 50 times back in the day. Oh, wasn't even a good fight. Now I can enter Rea Lucaria. Woo. Well, that was almost anticlimactic after everything that I know I've gone through with that particular monster, and then dying to a flippin' death bird of all things. Okay, here's another grace. We'll use this. Huzzah. Okay, let's see here. So I need to get up into here, use my key, unlock the way on in, and then we can enter and begin laying the smackdown on this place. Also, let me quickly swap out the Dragon Slayer and go for my awesome magic casting blade, which I will try out later on all of the wizards here. So. Oof. Wait, what the? It wouldn't let me summon my little guy? What the heck is going on here? Okay. All right, my good man. There we go. All right, so now that I've taken care of that little guy, and it's time to start. Oh, you're already dead? Say what? Okay. That makes it nice and easy. So now that I've talked about Amazon's little predatory pricing practices, let's then let us talk a little bit about what Amazon then does once they actually have access to your stories. So Amazon absolutely steals your work for their AI programs. That is absolutely. Whoop. Gotta get my self out of there because I took way too much damage than I expected. And it's going on in. Where did you come from? So Amazon, once you publish with them, Amazon does not hold the rights to your story. They don't. Anyone says that they don't, anyone says that they do is lying. Amazon would love to claim your story as their own, but they can't, thanks to copyright and ownership laws. However, what they can do is they can use their AI to basically copy and learn from your works, and then incorporate that into their own programs, which can then be used to, well, write their own drivel, write their own stuff. And what's interesting is that they say, oh, we want to make sure that your books aren't written with AI, or if they are, that we properly label them. But the thing is that Amazon would love to be able to mark your books as, oh, this person was lazy and used AI. Never mind the fact that they want to use their own AI to crank out cheap products that then they can sell without needing to share any of the profits with original creators. That is where Amazon wants to go, to be able to pilfer other people's work in order then to crank out their own cheap stuff and then just immediately eat up those profits. And that's what leads me to wonder what was going on with my own account. So I talked with a guy at the Arizona Renaissance Festival who was a featured author, just like I was, for the first weekend. Super cool to talk to him. He made some really funny stories in regards to a stinky vampire, stories for kids. And he told me that he had not gotten paid at all for his work. Like he had done all the proper paperwork with Amazon. He had an account. He had published through them, and yet when he would go to check on his story, and he could see that he was selling so many books, he was making so much in terms of profits, that he was not receiving any of the money that was rightfully his. And so he reached out to Amazon. He was like, "Hey, this is not okay. What's going on?" And Amazon's like, "Oh, nothing is wrong. Nothing is wrong. Everything is just fine." Kind of like me right now. And they're like, yeah, don't question it. Don't worry about it. Everything's all good. And he's like, "No, I'm not getting paid. I'm not getting paid." And then he reached out to a lawyer, and he's like, "What can I do to get back at Amazon?" The lawyer said, "Well, you can sue them. Just know you're most likely going to lose." And what had happened is that when he threatened to sue Amazon, Amazon backed off a little bit, and we're all like, "Okay, fine. Like, we'll make sure that your stories are properly listed the way that they should be, and that the pricing is like what you've asked for. We're not being too predatory," because remember, they're very predatory about their pricing, but they still would not pay him. So after hearing that, I decided to go and check on my own account, because I was like, you know what, that's a little bit creepy. And what the? Oh, wow. Coming back. There we go. Ha That was weird. All right. Time again for some murder. So I felt a little bit weirded out that this one guy was having so many problems that I decided to check it out for myself. What might be going on with my account? And I'll be honest, I have not sold as many books as I would have liked, because again, it's difficult. It is very, very difficult getting discovered. But I'd sold a fair number of books that for the year 2024 I had made again, keeping my books really really cheap, so that way people would be able to afford them. I had take that, and I'm going to quickly get some more energy, because there's a really big fight coming up here next. Ooh boy. So I decided to go check on how my book was, how I was doing. I'd sold enough books to make a good $40 in 2024. However, I'm about to get run over. And take that. Haha. That guy goes down. I don't know how many times I died to in the first run through. So I went and I checked, and I saw I was supposed to have received $40. So I checked my banking accounts to see if $40 had come my way. And I hadn't gotten paid a single penny over the course of the last year from Amazon. And I have it on, and it's there. It's part of their financial records that I made so much money. I'd sold so many books. So I was like, what the heck is going on here? And I checked, and come to find out that Amazon had not given me, or had not connected me to the proper account. Instead, another account was collecting my meager $40 from Amazon. And I went and I spoke to the bank to try to figure out what was going on. When I was a graduate student at Northern Arizona University, I went and I did research in San Francisco. My car got broken into in San Francisco, and I had to close out my accounts because there were sensitive documents. There's the word, sensitive documents of a financial nature that would allow anyone who had busted into my car and stolen my stuff to figure out my bank accounts. So I had to go and I had to close out the old bank accounts, create new ones. My time in San Francisco was really rough as a result of all that. And I was wondering if, because my Amazon account's pretty old, what if that was my old bank account? Or what if someone had gotten access to anything and decided that, you know what, they're going to help themselves to my bank account and take my money. So I wasn't really happy with that. I went and I talked with Wells Fargo and got some things squared away there. Found out that whatever account was being used was definitely not mine. So I had to go back on in, and I had to very precisely, because I couldn't just simply put in the proper bank account and then get my money. No, I had to go through this whole annoying process of individually removing that false account, that account that was stealing from me. I had to remove that account from every single market that Amazon has, and then put the proper one in its place. And because that bank account got paid, then I don't. And Amazon never warned me about the fact that there was another account that was being used other than the proper one that should have always been attached to my account. So yeah. If you do business with Amazon, be wary, because things might not be working out the way that you thought. You might not be as safe as you had hoped. And there we go. Take you out. Ha ha ha. Oh, I'm hurting. So yeah, there you guys kind of go. Amazon is convenient, but convenience comes with danger. And or I should say danger comes with convenience. That's a better way of putting it. Because since everything is just now so convenient, it's very easy to be taken advantage of. If you're not paying careful attention to what's going on, someone else might take over your account. Amazon could take advantage of you through their practices, either through AI or through benefiting off of your work thanks to ridiculous costs. Ooh, I'm going to get one of my own little figurines like that later on when I start doing Ronnie's quest. So that's all stuff to bear in mind. And Amazon, again, is the most convenient and is the one that is most likely not going to ask you to have to pay anything yourself up front for their services. So if you're someone who doesn't have a lot of funds and a lot of resources on hand for their own work, Amazon is the best way to go. But Amazon will take advantage of you and of your readers and customers. If you go through any other service, you will be less connected than you will be working with Amazon. And die, little zombie. Huzzah. So that's another thing that's another thing to bear in mind. And what this should all tell you is that self-publishing is a difficult route to go. Yes, it is liberating. It is freeing. You don't have to work. You don't have to go through the troubles of trying to be not being self-published, but be traditionally published. Oh no! Come on, what's going on here? Why is it frozen? No. Oh, this is one of the reasons why I was late with this live stream. It was because of this. Okay, what's going on here? Come on. Oh man. All right. Popping back over here. Dang it. Well, there went the game. It completely cut out. Ah, dang it. Well, that's that's a wee bit annoying. I'll put this footage right there. Yeah, there it is again. Okay, let's try this. Let's try this one more time. There goes all of the there goes potential progress. Let's see what happens when I boot this up again. If my internet is just trying to screw me over, then it's probably just best to say, yeah, no. Yeah, you've done enough, Lars. You've had your Amazon rant. Maybe Amazon's trying to screw you over right now by by sabotaging your internet. Do they have that kind of power? Those who believe in the nefarious deep state probably do. But so while we're waiting to try to get this properly up and running, Totally Time says hopefully my friend will join. Oh, hopefully so. But so coming back to it, just with self-publishing. Self-publishing is difficult. Like traditional publishing is difficult to get into. And but it is worth it to have all of the help and resources that traditional publishing provides. And they help to lessen some of the headaches of the process that comes with publishing, because they take on all the stuff with the covers, with the editors, with marketing and all that good jazz. You get to focus on your writing, making your writing absolute best it can be, and then helping with the advertising and the book tours once you get your book deal done and your story gets published. Hooray! It is the best route. And it also pays the best of all the different routes that you could go. But if you can't get into traditional publishing, you really, really want to share your story with the world, self-publishing is the way to go. It's easy, it's accessible, it's cheap, which is good, unless you find a company that's like, oh no, like we want you to pay $3,000 up front for the publishing of your book. That's not okay. They're trying to steal from you. Don't fall for it. Don't go for it. So Amazon ultimately becomes one of the best routes to go. Plus, Amazon is one of the most accessible ways in which your books are shared with other people. Even if you publish outside of Amazon, other publishing companies or independent publishing routes will try to get your books onto Amazon. So that way they're just far more accessible to the whole world, potentially, which is, again, really, really good. But again, Amazon will take advantage of you through predatory practices. They are not necessarily user-friendly. In many cases, they aren't. I've run into that multiple times myself. You can call their publishing helpline when you're publishing your own book, and you can get some advice and some insights through them, which can be helpful in certain circumstances, but not always. And again, you'll have to set your prices really high, which might price you on out. You're competing already against so many other tens of thousands of new books each year. It's rough. And this is, I bring this up not to discourage or destroy other people's ambitions of being an author, because I stand by what I say, that you need your stories need you, and the world needs your stories. And I personally think that having all of that variety out there is actually a good thing. Oh, yay, game is back. Let's hope that this time I can actually stream this all properly. So we shall present. Share your screen. Yes, I wish to share my screen. The entire screen. And I also want audio. And the eternal circle. Okay. So all that stuff is important and good. It's just it's important and good to know, because if you want to get into this business, if you wish to become a published author and you want to kind of give it a go and see if, hey, what if, can I actually be a real full-time author? Is that actually something that could be in the cards? You have to know what you're getting yourself into and the many difficulties involved. If you don't know what you're getting yourself into, you just throw yourself into it, kind of like what I did, you end up making all of those mistakes that, again, lose you some profitability. Someone might be able to take your work, and it gets frustrating. And it can be really, really debilitating, especially for a lot of new authors who are just not yet used to that kind of grind or used to those kinds of practices and what can all happen. So that's why I bring it up. So I hope that my story right here, and I know it's only going to a handful of people right now, right as I'm doing this, but I do hope that some people will come and check this out and hear my story, because it will be helpful and give you hopefully some insights. And that's something that, as other people like Daniel Green have been recently bringing up Amazon's different business practices and how bad they are. Like, it's good. We need people talking about that. But also, if you wish to go this route, if you if you wish to be an independent author, we need to have those kinds of rough and tough conversations and talk about the bad stuff that happens, because too often people just focus on like one or two little aspects of independent writing. Ah, man, you're taking my magic, man. And so only talking about a little bit of it, or talking about it sometimes with a very high-minded purview of like, oh, business, which business is indeed important. And we've definitely talked about business here. But the horror stories need to be known as well, because for some people, they unfortunately will become really relevant. Hey, ISO's here. Yeah, say... ISO. I was like, well, I've got a little bit of time. We're going to try to burn our way through Rhea Lucaria, get revenge, especially on this area. I don't know how many times I died. I died in this graveyard my first time around. So it's nice being able to come through and get my revenge. At long last. There we go. Take you out. Oh, hi there, doggy. Down, doggy. You too, doggy. All right, there we go. Ah, yes. Okay, now we get to this next puzzle part. Oh, and then there's you. Okay, I know this is just being unfair and cheesing, but there we go. Take a little gravity well. And take that. Thank you very much, my good sir. All right, puzzle time. Oh, man, how many times have I died to this puzzle as well? Let's see here. Anything that I might be, though, missing before I ride the elevator? No, not really. Okay. And a jump. Woohoo! Okay. Now then, make sure I actually get off my proper stop. There we go. Ah, another area that I know how many times I died at originally. Any simple little guys here that I can get rid of. Yep. You. Grab of that. And we're up now in this cool little crystal area. And I shall rest to recuperate. All right. Hey there, my good sir. Let's see here. Conspect a scroll. So with my my rant about Amazon pretty much done, as we then play through this, are there any self-publishing questions or the likes that you may have? They're like, okay, Lars, so you've been complaining about this, but what about Ah, Alexander packs a greater punch. Oh, I completely missed you. Now, wait your turn. Nope. No hidden passageway there. Cannot open from that side. Okay. Any other secrets? Secret tunnel! Anything like that? Nope. Where are you guys casting from? I see. Ah. All right. Let me just be a little looting goblin. And kill you by cutting off your ankles. Which would actually be a really horrible way to go. And let's just be honest with ourselves here. It'd be a horrible way to go. Yes, secret passageway. Oh, yeah, that's right. There's a boss battle right over here. Hold on a moment before I do the boss battle. We're going to make our way on over here. Man, all those books. This is like walking into a Bookman's. It's like, all the stone sword key. Say all these books and bits of art. Again, this is what you are competing against if you wish to be a self-published author or just an author in general. All of these books. Say the library again gives you an idea. Which again, I am all for people writing their stories because, like I say, I truly do believe that you need your stories need you, and the world needs your stories. And we are especially in need of some good indie work, because I think that, as I do believe that independent authors are free in a way that traditional authors aren't. Because for one thing, as an independent author, you don't have to be stuck to any one genre. Now, it is considered good business practice to kind of be a master of one specific genre that people will know you for. But if you're just getting started and you kind of want to explore what you yourself are able to do and just kind of have fun with it, then what I would highly recommend is that you explore. You explore all the different possibilities. Zah, the door is now open. That you explore all the different possibilities that are open to you and just have fun. It's one of the things that I've been doing as an author is that I've been working on just having fun. I've done my own parody story, making fun of the Fast and the Furious, which was the Sandwich Desperados. I've done my Portal Fantasy stories, which are the Legend of the Ten Lords series, and the Monarch Mercenaries. So the Monarch Mercenaries also combines a whole bunch of other genres to make something pretty awesome. I have my rom-com, Notice Me Senpai. I have one of my darker sci-fi novels, which is for more mature audiences, A Study in Blood, definitely not for younger readers. And I then have my high fantasy stories like Tumble Teller. So and Puss in Boots and the Dark Riddles. So yeah, I'm not constrained, and that's some of the beauty of being an independent author. Now let's see how fast I might potentially die here against Radigan's Wolf. Okay. Oh crud. Aha! Oof. There we go. Oh. I mean, I really like that wolf, if I'm going to be totally honest. Beautiful aesthetic. I would love to have my own wolf that I could then summon to fight. But oh, I lost so much time in life on that guy. Ooh, look at that beautiful royal solid banner. And there's our lady. There's Lady Renala, all right, there amongst all the dudes whose heads you can collect. All this fantastic glintstone, too. All right. Let's see here. We're going to use the Mimic yet again. And there's the Iron Maiden, which is going to be a royal pain in the rear. But fret not, I have come prepared for the worst. Come on out, little Iron Maiden. There we go. Take you out. Take you out of the ball game. Okay, bad. That was bad. No, I need to get up there. Oh. This is me kind of jumping in real life, not being able to actually make it where I want to go. Stone Sword Key. Perfect. Okay. And now let us deal with... Actually, you know what? I brought along my little magical rapier. Let's actually put this guy to good use for a change. Oh, okay. Let's see here. What kinds of spells? A frozen lightning, collapsing star. All right. Hey, nope. Okay. Well, you know what? That was fun, but we'll speed things up a little bit. Do. Here I come to wreck your day. Oh, that's not the button I wanted to press, but who doesn't like a little bit of good overkill? Okay. Let's see here. How best to get you... There we go. Whoo-wee. Okay. Does not open from this side. Well, dang it. All that work for nothing. Well, not for nothing. Say we have a little doorway on over here. I definitely know where I want to get to is up there. but say the puzzle doth require. The puzzle doth require some work. Does not open from the side. Well, dang it. Okay, let's see here. Where was that door again? So I will also admit to having been embarrassingly stuck here for a long time. My first time playing through. So I'm not afraid to admit it. Hey there, buddy. Glad you didn't recognize me sooner. I really don't feel... Oh, yes, that's right. That's right. Take you on out. And open the door for myself. Woohoo! The revenge tour is going nicely. Okay. Up we go. And now I got these annoying guys to deal with. Come on, there we go. That's right. You're right there. There we go. Yeah, don't want you Gatling gunning me. All right, don't want to fall down there. Time to climb, and climb we shall. Let's see here. This live stream has been going on for, about an hour and a half? I've managed to do in an hour and a half what it probably took me like a day and a half to do the first time playing through. So my record is pretty awesome. Oof. I don't need that from you. There we go. Breakdown. That's another spot in the game where I died way too many times. Okay. Let's see here. That's right. I have to jump down here. The bells, 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 bells of Notre Dame. Ooh, yeah, definitely don't go that way. Taking the sights, boys. Taking the sights. This is Hogwarts. If Hogwarts is rated R. For violence. Hey, Scooty Booty. Wow, surprise Tuesday live stream. Yeah. I'm almost more surprised that it's currently working because the internet was betraying me. Okay, fine. We'll drink you, and we'll have that ready to go. Oh boy, I got so many arrows in me. Okay. Now we'll heal ourselves up a little bit. Oh, ouchies. Oh, the pain. like to see the Weasley twins survive this place. Okay. That's where we wish to drop down. Anything I should know? Say go here. Thank you, Imbued. Should I jump for the loot and risk falling? My answer is no. After coming all this way and still having some resources. Let's see here. Oh, but there you are. Well, first allow me to descend. I will come for that guy later. Aha. Well, there you are. Hey there, crabs. How did you get up here? And feeding on that corpse is just kind of a wee bit disturbing, if I do say so myself. Let's see here. Oh, I says violence and like a lot of George R. R. Martin shenanigans. Yeah, be careful how much you say George's name around Lars. You might start a rant. Do it, you coward. Okay, you want a rant? Okay, I'm going to tell. Okay, I'll bring up a little rant here about George R. R. Martin. So yes, he definitely inspired Elden Ring, but I can tell you this: most of the work that actually makes Elden Ring good did not come from George. You can for instance, you can see him playing with one of his favorite tropes of the siblings and their incestuous relationship through characters like through characters like Radon and Mikola, and then also just kind of like the really creepy way that Mikola uses other people. You can definitely get a lot of that in this game. That is most definitely Martin inspired. But as far as like the things that like make the story really, really good are not from him, as much as some people would say. And one of the ways I can know that is because this game was actually finished. Yes, shots fired, Martin. Shots 100% fired. Because so many of Martin's own characters are actually not as well fleshed out as he would want you to believe. They aren't. He claims to be an architect writer, but like he's an architect writer for his plot, but he's definitely a garden writer for his for his characters, which is absolutely fine. In fact, I actually think that might be one of the better ways to go. All right, hold on a sec here. We're gonna have to take some stuff off, so that way. Oh, that's right. I don't have my strength isn't up enough for that. Mana Tower Shield. We're going to use the shield for right now, because this guy packs a friggin' punch with his... Oh, never mind. He's not actually going to shoot at me. There we go. Take you out. So Martin is absolutely a garden writer when it comes to his characters. He figures them out as he goes, which is absolutely fine. Nothing wrong with that, except that it then becomes a crutch for him to not really plan out well ahead what he wants to do with any with any of his side characters, or even in some cases his main characters. Like, if you actually pay attention to the things that he says about what he wants to do with some of his main characters, you're like, you know what? I've had to spend some time with Sansa. I need to spend some time with Tyrion and get to know things better. It's like, wait a second, you've had 2 decades to get to know these characters, to understand what they're supposed to do throughout the story. And you can't, and you're just now for Winds of Winter figuring this stuff out? No, Martin, that is that is a bad move. That is not good. I don't care what other people say. No. Yeah, the answer is no. Okay, gonna descend. Okay. And let them come on up here to me. Come to me. I can hear you ascending. Ha ha! Yes, take that. Okay. But yeah, it Martin. Yeah, again, Martin uses his garden writing approach to characters to create an excuse to take more time than he should. He should already know these characters. He already has planned how the series is supposed to end. Bran Stark on the throne with Tyrion as his hand. Yes, I know that people don't like the way that the show ended, and I think that he's trying to come up with an ending that he feels won't be super egregious to the people who absolutely despised the way that the show concluded. I believe the debate parlor is where I have to go, but yes, here we are. So coming back to this place. Wait a second. Why did I even go all this way again if I didn't actually have to? Whatever. Bring out the mimic. And this right here. So he's had all this time to figure out what he wishes to do with these characters. He's scared. The thing is that Martin is petrified of people not liking his work. And this comes in part because he's actually spent most of his time as an author being rejected again and again and again for his story ideas. And so, like, I understand that. I understand his fear in regards to people not liking his stories, because he's been trained to just feel rejected, to be rejected by others, and that sucks. That sucks when you've gone through most of your life through that. The thing is that he's allowed it. He's allowed that kind of fear to dictate how he's going to continue working as an author now on a story that he should have finished long ago. The man chronically cannot complete anything. Elden Ring got finished because From Software had a dedicated group to finishing the work. If it wasn't for that if this has been a project that Martin had been in charge of the whole time, it would never have been completed. Oof. Did not run that one. I'm okay, guys. I'm okay. Yeah, so Martin cannot finish anything on time. And honestly, that bit of his work speaks for itself. Oh, nice! You parried me pretty well there, buddy. Okay, out of the way, out of the way. Ooh. Well, there goes my second death. Hey, but at least I made it. Unlike George R.R. Martin. Nah. Yeah. There's... Yeah. This game exists because anyone other than George R.R. Martin was in charge. You can see his preferred tropes all throughout the game, but that doesn't mean that he actually came up with how this story all plays out. What I think actually happened is that he came up with the characters to populate the world. I don't believe he had any hand at all in the world building, because other people who've played more Dark Souls games have already done a lot of the work in pointing out the similarities and continuities between this game and other Souls games. Whoop! Oof! I did not dodge that one well. Which leads me to believe that this is again something that Martin only advised on. You can see the hallmarks of the character. You can see his hallmarks, his touch on the characters, not on the world. The plot is way more complex than Martin is actually able to pull off. Yes, I know that a lot of people will be very angry with me for saying that, but George R.R. Martin cannot complete a complex storyline. He cannot. If you actually read through all of the so-called politics of the Game of Thrones, like he can set up some really cool stuff. He can never do any of the payoff. The one time so far in the books where he has managed to do the payoff just right was for the Red Wedding. And that was because he had planned for the Red Wedding very well in advance, and knew how to execute that. But beyond the Red Wedding, George R. R. Martin is not able to pull off a good plot, a good scheme. Never. And if you look, especially when you get to Dance with Dragons is the most egregious, because he sets up a lot of really, really cool plots and then never delivers. In fact, he actively sabotages his own story multiple times. Oh, no, you don't. Come on. Dang it. No. There we go. Whew. Not this time around, buddy. Not this time. I think one of the things that ticked me off the most in terms of him actively sabotaging one of his own plot lines has to do with how Cersei will be empowered to blow up the Sept later on. Cannot be opened from this side. Okay, fine. It comes about because her uncle, whose name escapes me, like the last good Targaryen, gets assassinated by Varys at the end of the fifth book. And I remember when I first read it, I was like when I saw that her uncle was going to be the point of view character, it's like, oh, come on. I nearly threw the book right then and there because I realized that he was about to kill off a really great character, and he was going to do it because, as Varys himself says in the book, because Cersei is going to do something stupid, which is going to benefit another character, a character that was introduced only in that fifth book, who we don't care about, who we aren't supposed to care about because we're supposed to care about Dany. Because we're supposed to care about Daenerys and her whole journey. But no, now we're supposed to care about her nephew. Oh, it's so annoying and frustrating. It's so stupid. And so much of what he writes just this the continuous stupidity. It's like, no, I got into this for Daenerys because Daenerys is cool, and I'm supposed to be rooting for her. But if her nephew is smarter, braver, can climb up a wall as if he's a spider and single-handedly beat men twice his size and twice his age because he's only like 14 years old, then why should I root for the dumb girl who's gotten her coalition besieged by the end of Dance of Dragons and is so more involved with sleeping with a guy who is actively trying to take advantage of her rather than actually do anything smart for her own people? Why should I care about this girl? Come on. Or the whole scene with the sand dancers coming up with how they're going to get revenge on Cersei, only for their father then to betray them for no reason other than that he wants to be the one to put his hands around Cersei's throat and strangle her after he's convinced her that he's her best friend. Is so dumb. And I'm like, wait a second. You just undermined your daughters and got your daughters all imprisoned. They're likely going to get executed because you want to be the one to take on Cersei Lannister and defeat her. It's just so incredibly dumb. Praise be to the giants, yes. Say you can't like other people are like, no, this is smart. No, it's just dumb because he cannot commit to any good plot. He always undermines it because he wants to introduce this other character for this other idea that he had. And then when he's like, oh, I'm not exactly sure what I should do with these characters anymore. Well, how about you actually commit and finish something that you started with one of your other characters? Gah! And Sir Gideon Ofnir, the self-insert. Yes. ISO, absolutely right. Sir Gideon Ofnir with his knowledge and being annoying, and then delivering a pointlessly vague, depressing message when you have to finally fight him is just stupid. I'm glad you guys enjoy my rants. Oh my gosh. Yeah, just George, you frustrate me, you old man. And another thing about George that's absolutely frustrating is how and bad posture in his office. Yes, but I mean bad posture is just unfortunately endemic these days. Let's see here. Where's the site of grace? No side of grace for me? Come on. Oh, well. Try left, he says. I know it's to the left. I'll be Anya the orphan forever. Okay. All right, enough of running around right there. Let's see here. Okay. This is going to be fun. Taking on Rhaenyra of the full moon. I gotta fight my my mother-in-law. All right, come mimic. Now time for some creepy stuff. Like I'll be like here's the thing. I guarantee that George said, "Oh, this is what you should do for the relationship between Renala and Radigan." But that as far as like what Radigan actually did as a champion and whatnot, that's from the people at FromSoft. And Martin cannot write. And actually, here's one thing. I would believe that a lot of the stuff regarding like some of the old battles and how they just happened, handwave happened, might come from Martin, because Martin hates writing action sequences. He likes writing about them, but he hates writing them. Oh, it's so annoying. And here's the thing. He can actually write really good action sequences. He really can. All right, let's wipe them all out. All right. Let's hear. Where's the next? Oof. Yeah, that hurt. That hurt a little bit. Well, where did you go? There we go. Get rid of you. Oh, no. Do not get slow on me now, Internet. Take you out. Take you out. Where's the other one? There you are. All right. Come on down, Renala. Come on down. There we go. Okay. Whew. Now to fight Ronnie. Hopefully. Come on, load for me. There we go. But here's the thing. Fighting against Ronnie by proxy is already hard enough. Imagine actually having to fight this gal in her prime.
Have no fear. I will hold thee. Patience. Ye will be countless born forever and ever.
Oh, I don't like the sound of that. All right, okay. Let's see what you got for me.
Upon my name is Rani the Witch. Mother's rich limber shall not be disturbed by thee. Foul trespasser. Send word far and wide. Of the last queen of
Star Scourger Don, bro, why are you killing my mom? Because I must. For revenge, Radon. And you are on the list next.
And the majesty of the night she conjureth.
Okay, let's go. Oof. There we go. Woo!
My dear daughter,
weave thy night into being. Yes. There we go. Revenge has been had. Whoo! Guys, that was quite embarrassing for her. Yeah, that's the thing. I am.
Flee, my sweetings?
Where did ye flee, my sweetings?
From whence ye hide. There are books and light.
Ah, yes.
Come out, say I.
How can she be my mom? You inherited all your strength from Radigan. That's the answer. All right. Woo! Woo-wee. Let's unlock this. Oh, that's right. I can't unlock that until later because that's Ronnie's gift. But lo and behold, I actually didn't end up using the magic. Oh, well. Lo and behold, huzzah. Hey, ma'am. As you can clearly see, I am your future son-in-law right here. I happen to have the Royal Carrion Broadsword. Ho-ho! Okay. Well, we are going to rest right there and call it good for and call it good then. Because that was the goal. The goal was to get revenge. I got revenge on the Glintstone Dragon first shot. Got revenge on Radigan's wolf first shot, and then got revenge on Rennala first shot. What was harder than that? Lobsters, lobsters, and a death bird. All right. We'll stop the sharing right there. Woo! So, yeah, that does it for this live stream for my part 2 revenge tour through Elden Ring. I have managed to clear out one of the dungeons that was one of the most annoying experiences first time playing through. It took me basically the equivalent of a day and a half, 2 days worth of playing, like full anywhere between 36 to 48 hours to clear out, to make my way up to Raya Lucaria, and then make my way through it and survive and take out Rennala. This time around, less than 2 hours. Woohoo! Ah, praise be the God stats. So for those of you who came in a little bit late, at the first part of this, I had a rant and look into Amazon's predatory practices when it comes to self-published authors. Amazon makes things not only completely affordable by making it free to publish through them, but it is made difficult in that you have to make your prices too high, in my opinion. Amazon also will steal your work, and you might not get paid. And as I found out, someone else's account, or maybe even a false account altogether, was put together to funnel my money into, rather than putting the money that I earned into the proper account. So while publishing through Amazon is incredibly easy, albeit frustrating to do during the actual publishing process, if you are going to go that route, bear in mind that there's a lot of pitfalls. And if that's something that we need to come back to again and talk about, I am more than willing to talk about it, because people need to know what they might be getting themselves into should they decide to self-publish through Amazon. But it is one of the best routes to go in terms of accessibility for people who want to publish but are having a really, really hard time being traditionally published, and are not willing to pay money to other independent publishing agencies to get their works published, because that can be really expensive and also take advantage of you. So yeah, being an author is difficult. It's not just simply the writing, but if you wish to publish and try to make a living off of it, it is hard. And as I said at the beginning of this live stream, one of my goals is to approach all of my writing advice and insights, especially into publishing, from the perspective of, or from the assumption that you as the viewer want to become a published author and try to make a living off of it. Even if really you're just writing for fun, or you just want to try publishing for fun, which is absolutely fine, okay? No pressure to do something that you don't feel ready for yourself. It is, it's good to know what you might be getting yourself into. So I have that rambly bit for about the first hour or so of this live stream, and again, it's something that I'm more than willing to talk about in future videos. So we will be doing the proper night live stream on Thursday, and we'll probably be finishing up the cruisy playthrough as well for Deltarune, and hopefully chapters 3 and 4 of Deltarune will be coming out soon. As opposed to what the hashtag says, I don't think that they'll be coming out tomorrow, which is a real shame. But you can look forward to that. And Scott and I will be working later on our review and analysis for the latest episode of the Apothecary Diaries. So that's, again, something else to look forward to. So thank you so much for joining us on this adventure that we call writing. And until the next video, y'all, tschüss.